Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace. Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Malcolm. This is the artist formerly known as the Black Dot.
Yeah,
in the building with you guys.
I like it.
Glad you guys can make it on a Monday. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Watch some football. There's a lot of good football happening.
Yeah, a lot of good football. I want to shout out Eli. It was his birthday.
It was Eli's 24th birthday, bro.
This is his Kobe year he going into next year.
24th birthday, man. What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Where did it go?
Where did it go? 24, your little brother.
24, man.
Shout out my sister Wanda. It is also her birthday, the same day his birthday is.
Same day. Happy birthday.
How crazy is that? Shout that out.
Yes.
And so, festive weekend, Eli was kind of in cruise control. He went out Friday with Freddie. Him and Freddie and their fellows hung out. And so he wanted to get that out of the way because he wanted to relax for the weekend. Because remember, it's Marcus, then it's Odyssey, then it's Thanksgiving, and then it's Mama Dot, and then it's Eli and Wanda. And so he just was like, yo, I'm good. I'm good. I done said happy birthday 5 different times. Yeah. And so shout out Eli, who turns 24 or turned 24 yesterday.
He was, I remember, I was there.
Yeah. Little bundle, little dude. Happy birthday to Jay-Z. Today is Jay-Z's birthday. It is. Okay. Don't hate, because I'm already gonna get enough hate in the chat.
That was weird.
The very mention of Jay-Z's name. Well, it's his birthday. Shout out Jay-Z.
That was weird.
We'll talk more in depth about Jay-Z.
Okay.
A little bit later.
All right.
Just shout out Master Ace from the Juice Crew. It's his birthday.
Okay. It's a lot of birthdays.
Shout out Jalil from Houdini. Got a big mouth.
Okay.
Big mouth. Friends, how many of us have them? It's his birthday. Yeah. Some birthdays in there.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you had a birthday, because he's shouting everybody's birthday out. If you had a birthday, if your mom got a birthday or something, he just shouting everybody out.
True story.
So, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. It was a slow weekend, news-wise.
News-wise, slow weekend.
Slow weekend.
But we are going to make $1 out of 50 cents.
I'll allow it.
You allow it?
I'll allow it.
With that, with cover.
I'll allow it.
And let's get to this roll call, man.
All right, so I saw somebody said Trinidad and Tobago. Shouts out to you.
Shouts out.
LA tapped in was good.
I love it when LA's tapped in.
PA was good. Durham, North Carolina was happening. B-more.
Yes.
Dominican Republic.
Wow.
Queens was good.
Freeport.
Milltown, don't know where that's at, but shouts out to you.
BK in the building.
Louisville in the house.
Phoenix, Tampa Bay, Kansas City.
Elmira was good.
Philly, y'all took a beating this week.
They did. Wilmington, Delaware was good. Who else?
Mississippi.
Pittsburgh.
Myrtle.
What's happening?
Listen, this Urban X Nation.
We everywhere, man.
We everywhere.
Everyone, man. Shouts out to the UX90. Had an amazing weekend with you guys as well.
Always. And shout out Mama Cheryl, who gave me a great idea, gave us a great idea, because she's been buying us out with a lot of merch.
Yeah.
But she's been buying journals and shirts with positive affirmations, and she's been also saying she's going to tell people to go get the free courses. Mm-hmm. So it made me go, that is a dope
bundle idea
for the new year. You give somebody a shirt with or a hat with a positive affirmation. Mm-hmm. You give them a journal so they can begin the process. Yeah. And then you get them with the free link of all of these courses. What better way to open up 2024?
Listen, man.
So shout out Mama Cheryl for giving us a dope idea.
So we'll get that up and running
soon. So we're going to package that.
Yeah. And
looking for the baby shower link? It's in the exclusive.
It's in the exclusive.
Oh, yeah, we had a virtual baby shower for one of our members.
Yeah, shout out Janelle. It was an amazing birthday, baby shower, virtual baby shower over the weekend. Mm-hmm. See, those are the kind of things we do in our membership. And she appreciated it. We appreciated it. We came together. And so if you remember, it's in the link.
Yes, it's in the exclusive section.
It's in the exclusive. We don't want to start opening it up because this thing could get out of hand and stuff. Might be some weirdos in here and shit. You know, so yes.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it,
man.
Oh, somebody
you
said
are tuned into the sounds.
Watkins has got a journal coming?
Listen.
Okay, all right.
Listen.
I'm glad people are inspired. Yeah.
They're not effing with us.
I'm glad people are inspired.
They're not fucking with us.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Say it with your chest, nigga. Say it with your chest.
All right. Let's just.
I think you could take.
Before I get angry, because I've been watching a lot of people, you know, be inspired by us. You know, say it's cool. You know, I take it as flattery. I just don't want you to get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
I'm flattered.
I don't want you to get it twisted.
But the thing about it is, you can't generically produce what we produce organically.
Absolutely, that was a bar.
You know what I mean? And so, And so what we do is coming from a great place.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's felt in with everybody who's wrapped their arms around us as a community. Absolutely. To keep us afloat, because you guys are the only reason we still alive.
Absolutely.
We don't have big corporate this, that. We don't have big names. It's you individuals that keep this podcast and this movement alive. And that's what it's supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm just joking, by the way.
So we are. I'm not.
I'm dead ass serious.
I'm not.
Serious.
And so we are sponsored by the people. You know what I mean? And that's important.
Yes.
Now, if this water company wanna give me a few dollars, because I do drink it, but we still sponsored by the people. And so our ability to do as we do and speak as we speak, of course with certain limitations because of, the platform that doesn't belong to us.
House YouTube,
The house YouTube.
Yeah.
It's important. So, and I'm gonna speak about that because some things are transpiring that need to be spoke about. First off, I want to talk about Professor Griff's album.
Yes, we had Professor Griff on last show. If you didn't see it, great interview talking about his album.
Yes.
But you listened to
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his album. Like the name of it. It's like, you want to try?
Go ahead, let me see.
Now remember, I taught you how to sound things out.
Yeah, you asking me to read it. You asking me to read it.
I'm older now. Clap your hands.
A Sappho Soul.
A Sappho Soul.
Yeah.
Professor Griff's album, A Sappho Soul, is phenomenal. And I'm not just saying that because that's my boy. It is our 90-day journal on steroids.
Nice.
It is filled with every positive affirmation you can think of, every direct line to your ancestors, every affirmation, every positive word, every calling on your ancestors under phenomenal beats.
Nice.
Right? And so I gave it a full listen, and it is worth your workout. It is worth when you're in the car with the kids. It is worth your self-reflection. Remember, music is the only thing that can enter your subconscious mind without your permission. You are a walking bar. You are a walking note. Mm-hmm. And so he really took time and focused and zoned in, and there are no dead spots in this album. Get it. The link is Bandcamp /something.
It should still be in the
Professor Griff.
Yes, it's still in the chat, guys.
It's still in the
in the description.
The description. I want you to get it. I want you to give it a listen. The difference between his joint and Andre 3000's was that Andre, because it was an instrumental only, it left a lot to interpret.
Okay.
And how which is great too, but the specific directive of how this was laid out at this particular time and junction in music is more important than you can imagine. Where's the link to that and the Sticky Rice
Sticky
joint?
Rice is in the description.
Yeah, they're in the
below
description,
as well.
King. They're in the description.
It's in the description below as well.
And so, but looking at this time, we got P. Diddy, right, heading in the news, all negative stuff, who sat over a certain specific area in music. He was giving him and Jay-Z, were giving Dr. Dre, Snoop, the regional, because it's all a hierarchy thing. And above them sat Leo Cohen, Jimmy Iovine, Clive Davis, the Morris Brothers, and then above them sat people that you will never even know. And so it's all done by hierarchy and how this is split up in divisions to keep people where they are. When Diddy was doing his thing, the Hopi tribe, an ancient Hopi tribe, was speaking about the blue sun and the arrival of the blue sun, and how ironic was that somebody with no take that, no fanfare, no glitz in Andre 3000 showed up with his flute. And like I said, I was just being honest. I don't know if this nigga's killing it with the flute, or I'm sitting at a 5th grade recital and some kid is playing and I want him to get off the stage because I want my kid to get on. I don't know. I'm not a fluteologist, but I was just simply saying, because it was Andre 3000, it received more fanfare. But there is a physical and a metaphysical principle to everything we see. So on one hand, Diddy, for 30 years, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
30 years, right? He showed up in 93.
Yeah.
And 30th anniversary. Jay-Z showed up in when? 96.
Okay.
So he's on the clock.
Okay.
Watch what I tell you.
All right.
This is systematic how this shit is done, right? And so, but in between that, the timing was perfect for Griff to drop something full of soul, full of energy, full of acoustics. And, I couldn't bump it in the house yet because I'm trying to get the full dynamics of what he was saying, but I could feel the energy in there. So shout out Professor Griff. Shout out Andre 3000.
Nice.
And Diddy, you in trouble.
Nice. So real quick, somebody in the chat wanted to know where they could find some of those courses. So the enlightenment courses, that's the Brother Oba, the sports betting, the gematria stuff, it's in the enlightenment section. So you have to log into your membership, and it's in its whole own section. This course is there. It's called the enlightenment courses.
Now, if you're talking about the Black Family Biz courses,
you go to blackfamilybiz.com, and those courses are free as well.
And those courses are absolutely free. That's me, Malcolm, and Mama Dot sat and crafted courses on book writing, podcasting, shirt printing, YouTube, membership, YouTube. We went through all of it to show you what it is that we do and how we do what we do. And so, that's what it is.
And let's get to some more stuff.
All right.
So,
you are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, okay, as you spoke about Diddy earlier, like just now, I've been noticing 50 Cent really, really, really poking his chest out lately.
Yes.
Right? And I'm always weary, just like, anybody in the public figure who's been in the public figure for as long as 50 has, when somebody is down, and I like 50, I've always liked 50, but when somebody's down, he just kind of stomping, and I'm just like, yo, you don't want them looking into you. I don't know what you did. Like, I don't know. Even I've never really heard anything about 50.
Right.
As far as like that. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting because apparently he's trying to produce a documentary. Diddy do it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Diddy do it?
Diddy do it? And I heard he's serious about it. Like, I heard he's like really like trying to create that.
Yeah. Well, remember, 50 came in dry snitching.
Yes, this is true.
Right? He came in, that's what got Supreme in them. The Ghetto Quran and all that. So 50 has found a way to be a snitch without being a snitch.
Yeah.
Right? So this is his thing.
Yeah.
Right? He's been throwing shots at Diddy for a very long time.
Very long time, yes.
Now he's pouncing on him.
Yeah.
And it's so blatant that it's almost embarrassing. I'm like, come on, Diddy. I mean, 50. This is kind of like, you know what I mean? But who's putting him up to this? Is this a Jimmy Iovine thing? Listen, because I'm getting word now that allegedly that Diddy is having a fallout with Clive Davis. And Clive Davis is the one who sponsored Cassie's lawyers.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is what's allegedly going down because
conspiracy. Right.
No. Well, I'm simply trying to put it out there, all alleged, because Clive wanted Diddy to sign a new deal, whatever kind of agreement they have, and he refused. And then I'm also hearing he had a vested interest in getting Kim Porter out of here because Pillow Talk is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so this ties into the Whitney Houston situation. Oof. This thing gets real. This is why I said on TikTok, Diddy is the fall guy. And people got emotional.
Shouts out to everybody who's followed us on TikTok. Thank you.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? That video's got
it's like 90,000
views on that.
We're doing numbers.
So we're doing numbers. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you understand my point?
Yeah.
And so when I mean fall guy, not that he didn't do it, but they have to tie up loose ends. Yeah. And so 50 could be doing it because 50 wants to do it.
So here's the thing. Like you said, 50's been going after Diddy for years.
Diddy did invite to take him shopping, which is weird.
Didn't 50 take Mace shopping in that window shopping video? That was odd. He bought him ice cream.
He bought Mace in that.
Watch that video again.
Oh, he sure did. And I didn't like the way he was positioned in the Source magazine behind Soulja Boy. Was that the Source magazine?
It was one of those.
Behind that nigga like, yeah, I'm gonna be a soldier boy, nigga. I got you, soldier. And it just, cause he had his face covered and he had that nigga like, and it just looked weird. And so I'm not sure he's squeaky clean either. But what we think the fight is about, it's never what we think it's about.
It's never about that, yeah.
It's never what we think it's about.
Yeah.
And so I can't just look at 50. He's the Goyim of Jimmy Iovine. I got to look at, you know what I'm saying, what's coming down. And also the silence of Jay-Z. You know what I mean?
He's sounding on everything, man.
Yes, yeah. But remember, him and Diddy, how many pictures together at that little dinner they do and shit.
But it's like, okay, he's not stupid. He's not going to say anything.
No, he's not going to say anything. Of course not. But as a reporter, would I be out of line for asking him on the red carpet while he was there with Beyonce for the movie release, what's up with your boy?
Yeah, he'll get you, and then you get all your press release.
But what's up with your boy?
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
So 50 has always been the one that appeared to be neutral. You know what I mean? But then 50 don't drink, 50 don't smoke. A lot of people don't really know that. He said in his audio book, He'll take a sip of something, but then he instructs his people to bring ginger ale the rest of the night for him because he likes to stay focused and on point and not get sloppy. Remember, when everybody was taking the alcohol deals, he took the vitamin water deal.
This is true. He did still take an alcohol deal as well.
Later on in life.
But this is true. This is true.
Just simply saying,
It's true.
I'm talking about at the height when everyone was doing
that was very different.
Very different at the time. And so he never forgave 50 for asking to take him shopping. I forgot about the Mace situation.
That happened.
And so, but he knows about these parties because they all know about these parties and what's going on. But is it just him pouncing on Diddy while he's down? Is he trying to be the savior? Is this just misdirection? Is all of this misdirection for something bigger going on, but it's because it's black culture and black news? Just ask me.
Yeah, I've always, when situations like this happen and, just more and more stories always come out, I'm just like, yo, the type of mental stress you have to be to just be a celebrity, right? Just all the stuff you know.
No, it's not.
You know this stuff.
It's common conversation amongst those who know, but a lot of them are in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm going to speak about that because I've been watching this ex-Satanist and witch warlock from Africa named James Kawalia. And it's a 3-hour interview. He's being interviewed, right? And this segues right into the story we're telling. It's a 3-hour interview. I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
I think I got it.
Yeah, you put that in the chat, right? It's a long, so you don't try to watch it all at once.
It's 3 hours long. He sent it to me at night. He'll watch it.
But what he's talking about is he was married to a warlock witch when he was the first day he was born. So he been initiated from birth into a system of power and was given regional powers to control things using, witchcraft, so to speak. And he was breaking down the difference between the witchcraft and the occult science. The occult science is a system of hierarchy that's all leading to a satanic being, so to speak. And he said all the celebrities would come to see him at 8 and 9 years old. Celebrities, politicians, athletes, they all came for his powers. And he said he was just a vessel. He said he'd been in pain his whole life, right? Now, at some point when he was 12 years old, he said 2 Roman Catholic priests came to visit him from Italy and took him back there and was supposed to be teaching him, but all they do was interviewing him, right? But he spoke highly of pain and suffering. You know what I mean? And how they break you, how they isolate you, how they use drugs. He said he himself was raped every day. He was an altar boy in the Catholic Church in Rome, and he said as soon as them service was over, he was brutally hard every day.
Jeez.
To break him, you know what I mean, to disassociate him with anything human so that he can do the work that needed to be done. Long story short, it is a phenomenal breakdown of bringing people, because then his job was to go back to Uganda, wherever he was from, and pick the greatest minds that were in the universities, doctors, lawyers, because they're very poor there, but they're very smart, and initiate them into Satanism so that they can be used. You know what I mean? And they spoke about a lot of human trafficking, HT, I gotta say now. A lot of that stuff, a lot of babies, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering of all the things we kind of mentioned. And so I wanna put that, juxtapose those principles over what we deal with in this country, because I asked you right before the show came on, where are all the kids? Remove all the conspiracy theory. Remove all of that.
Yeah.
Where are all the kids? Like hundreds of thousands of kids every year, and people are missing and nobody knows. That alone is bizarre. In Ohio, that lady didn't know where 800 of her kids went. They asked, I think it was 80 kids or 800, and she was the child services. Yeah. And she could not answer.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. Unless these children are a food source for something greater than what we understand. And he also mentioned that it's about breaking you. Once they break you, it's a wrap. Once they in and they're controlling you or your avatar, it is a wrap. And a lot of these industry people are brought in via on a lower level, you know what I mean? But it gives them the ability to operate with impunity within certain things that a lot of us know nothing about. Yeah. And we just think this is some hip hop stuff and it's far deeper. It's politicians involved. It's presidents involved. It's all the influencers of the world throughout the world are involved. Really, really deep stuff. It's a 3-hour piece, and it should be a movie. Even if you think he's lying, because Mama Dot says, this ain't probably lying. It's just Nigerian niggas. This Nigerian niggas be lying. If it is, he has a vivid imagination about stuff that we've learned here in this country and have discussed amongst ourselves for years. And so
I'm watching it pieces at a time.
Yeah, watch piece at a time and tell me what you think, guys, because if you want to understand the difference between witchcraft, the occult system, and why kids and all of these things and drugs and psychic things are important, this is why.
All right.
So, interesting stuff.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, Charleston White went viral this weekend. A few different clips. He was on the Cam Newton podcast. What's the name of that show?
I don't know, Cam Newton something.
He was on Cam Newton podcast and talking about a lot of different subjects and topics. And one of the clips that went viral is because Cam Newton went at Charleston White for his delivery and approach to certain things.
Yes.
And Charleston White laid into it. And it's one of those things where I was glad to see the response from people because they were just saying, yo, you might not like him. You might not agree with everything he says, but at certain times he is spot on. And in that time, and a lot of that interview, he was cooking. He was spot on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's talking about just what we value in the black community, what we care about in the black community, instead of the actual issues we have within the black community.
Yes.
And he was going in, and I just I give it to him for that.
Listen, our problem is we don't want truth. We want people we like who can lie to us. That's all we really, really want, because I agree with everything Charles. Now, I don't agree with everything he says.
The antics.
The antics, but the way he explained it.
Even why he does the antics, yes.
Even why he does the antics makes, he is an agent of chaos. Yeah. There is order in this chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said when I was all buttoned up in bow ties going down to speak, and literally has his receipts for his ability to litigate and be an activist. What he did, he matched the vibration of the knuckle draggers in our community, which are a large amount.
So what we're seeing a reflection of us, like when he does that.
That's what it is. And people
don't like that.
Don't like to see the mirror pointed back at themselves of just how vile this thing has gotten. And it's real bad.
Because even like Cam Newton, he goes like, basically, you cooning. And he was like, how? Like, in my head, I'm like, that was the wildest, the weirdest response to what he said.
Yeah.
Like, that's cooning.
Well, then what do you call what Sexy Red and all these people are doing in real time?
Bro.
That is being broadcast across every radio station, every TV, every show. What do you call that? You know what I'm saying? What do you call all of this stuff that we have collectively accepted?
Yeah.
And so it gave birth to a Charleston White. Everything gives birth to something else. This shit gave birth to Charleston White, who's just putting it back in your face in the most vile language, the most crafted mockery I've seen in a long time, that is cloaked in nothing but truth. You could take it or leave it. Because my son got into something, because he's going at my son now, because obviously my son put up a piece, and I understand my son's position. My son is trying to be the buttoned up,
my son
reformed.
Is stuck in 2012.
Yes. And he doesn't know it.
He doesn't know it. In the 2012 era of consciousness or wokeness. He is stuck in 2012. Like very surface level.
Yes.
Republican bad, Democrat good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not like really thinking.
He's not reading the room.
Yes.
Point blank. My son is not reading the room.
Yes.
He wants to be a politician.
Yeah.
He wants to follow in the steps of Sharpton and Crump, because that's why I hang out with them. And that's his business, because I don't know what his walk was, where he came from.
Yeah.
So we all have to reach a certain level and then we settle in. But for those of us who can see far beyond that, and we're reading the room of the temperature of what people have accepted as truth to power, and we are saying, we gave birth to Charleston White. Nobody else. And now we don't like it because it's direct in our face. But, so my son is always taking a stand of, just coming out against the stuff. But when you swimming upstream like that, and I'm talking directly to my son, he may not never see this message. I've been swimming upstream for 20 years. With how I felt about hip hop, and so you don't get a lot of, traction, because the knuckle dragger community is so strong and they make you look weird. So right now, even though you standing on your square of general principalities, and I get it, you look weird, you look out of place because everything around us is mud. You know what I'm saying? So when we talked about putting the food, the medicine in the food, it's a way that has to be done if you're trying to reach these knuckle draggers. Because the minute you talk to knuckle draggers about positivity, they do like this. Fuck out of here with that shit, son. I'm trying to get my money, son.
I'm trying to get the bag.
I'm trying to get the bag.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now you have somebody like Charleston White who's blended, the medicine is in the food. And he talking about, I'm getting that money too. Fuck all these healthy. And now they're listening while they're letting their guard down. You know what I'm saying? And now that message is seeping into their subconscious mind far greater than any nigga in a bow tie standing on a corner, no disrespect, trying to be the button-up person. The button-up individual in today's time look crazy. But when the whole world is insane and you standing on principalities, because I give you that. I'm not saying what you're standing on ain't real. You look crazy. And if the message you delivering can't reach the people, why do you think we up here doing the Abbott and Costello Act? Where dad gets to go all the way up, but Malcolm stays buttoned up, so we get the balance in the show. Yes? There's always a method to our madness and how we do things. Because if we just was both up here, we're brothers, we're fathers, and we're colored, give us a high five, and we're sitting here trying to be positive, Malcolm. It's a good thing you went to school. I think you should become a politician. And we sat up here doing that crazy shit. Nobody would be listening, and nobody would be watching. All right, so you being a rapper, because you from the streets, sometimes you got to put a little bit of that in there to draw a few people in. It's just that Charleston White went extreme with it.
You're very, and
he just went extreme.
And we're on record. A lot of that stuff, we're just like, all right.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is
we're on record saying that
plenty of times before. But his method is working for him. He's got knuckle draggers going, wow, I never even knew that the crime rate was this or that, or
kids can't read. That is facts.
That's all facts.
Kids can't read.
And I'm about truth, whoever delivers it. See, I'm not about the individual who brings the truth. And that made a lot of people pissed off when I said that years ago. Yeah. You got white people who can if they bring in truth, they bring in truth. That don't mean you have to follow them and become a part of any other agenda they have. Truth, there's absolute truth, and then there's truth you're willing to accept because he's cute. He got curly hair. Or he wearing fucking rubies on his head. Or whatever the fuck is going on. It's that kind of truth. You know what I mean? And then there's just absolute truth. There's a drunk nigga on the corner right now who can give you so much truth, it'll blow your mind. And that's where I am. I want truth, whoever is delivering it. Not, it's true, but I don't rock with that religion. Or I don't rock with, no, that ain't. Then
and that's what I mean by 2012, like that when you stuck in that.
Yeah, and I remember with that Detroit Brown, Trayvon, all of that Mike activists,
Brown,
walk on the corner, shit. I get
marching still, like Black Lives Matter. When you stuck in that, you close yourself off from just kind of seeing the whole board. In my opinion,
yeah. And for those who could not sit through what Charleston White's saying, even though he was saying the truth, you not ready for it. You still want your leaders. You know how leaders are. You know what I'm saying? We like them to be prosperous. You still waiting for Bane and all that shit. Yeah. Right? And truth don't come like that. Right? So that's the problem. You know what I mean? Now, when he veers off into something that's extreme, I go pause. I don't need to watch the rest of that. I got the tidbit I needed to get. So, long story short, he schooled Cam Newton. Yeah. He was up there bodying Cam Newton.
Yeah, he didn't expect all of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So whether you Muslim, you Christian, you 5%, I stop and listen to the Israelites when I got time. But truth is everywhere. Your whole life should be about in pursuit of truth, not I don't rock with him. Now, you may not like the individual, but you know what I'm saying?
Because side note, Umar, he was on a podcast recently.
Bodying,
smoking,
Deion Sanders,
smoking. I might have to donate to the school.
Yeah.
Get that open, quicker.
Right. So it just goes to say, stop idol worshiping and looking for, people to save. You got to save yourself. Yeah. And so that's my message to my son. To those who are coming down on Charleston White, and those who are just in pursuit of truth, no matter how. Because listen, and this is my last plug. I wrote Urban Culture Decoded with that same spirit of Charleston White. I didn't go to that extreme, but it was an extreme. And it took me a long time to write because I kept trying to be nice. I kept trying to my son and shit. And be nice, and the Spirit was saying, if you're gonna write this book, D, you gotta tell the story the way it needs to be told to reach kids of today. Yeah. So go get Urban Culture Decoded. You know, I never really plug my shit like that.
Yeah, you don't.
Go get Urban Culture Decoded.
It's a great book.
It's a phenomenal book that's on the vibe of Charleston White before Charleston White was even thought of. I wrote that book 10 years ago.
Yes. No, almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years ago. Okay? So, I touched on a lot of...
Except you didn't do the death to GDs.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't take it there.
You didn't do all of that.
But that's a part of his spiel. Yeah. Works for him.
Yeah, because, you know what's crazy? A lot of people, when we realize this internet thing, it's all marketing. So you're trying to just get as much eyeballs on you as possible. Joe Budden in the pocket, they call it COE, content over everything. So they'll wild out, and he'll sit back knowing he just said some bull, or I just said something that's going to set the internet on fire. Yeah. So Charleston White does. They all do it. Bro. Everybody does it.
Now, when you get that attention, what do you do with it? That's the problem.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you just get the attention for the sake of getting the attention, you just wasted internet nut. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Point blank. Yeah. I'm trending right now on TikTok because people misconstrue my message.
And then he was trying to go back. I'm like, no, let it go.
Yeah. I said Diddy's the fall guy, and then I explained, he's a sacrificial. They didn't hear none of that. They said Diddy's the fall guy. Oh, you a clown.
I'm just like, let it go.
To the vibe of 90,000. We don't ever get them kind of numbers. And then I said, oh, okay, all right. Yeah. All right, this is what that internet buzz is all about. I'm doing numbers out here. Yeah, I'm up right now.
You know what I'm saying? That's it.
I'm up. Shit, I might have to put a few more of them out there. Yeah. I don't think Diddy is guilty. I'm just saying. Oh, I hate this big goober head. Just 300,000 views.
But that's literally what the internet is.
I know.
That's literally what the internet is.
That's exactly what the internet is.
So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we shall return. Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch that dial.
We'll be right back.
I am a critical thinker, here to bless you with lyrical tinctures. I am the Black Dot, the point of reference, the metaphysical link to the Moors, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas. I am here to remove the blind spots and clear the view of your spiritual blinker. I am something out of nothing. I am the alchemical bringer of change. My name will continue to linger. I am legend. If consciousness was a game, I would be considered a ringer. I am because we are.
To all of you Dr. Sebi followers, I've got something for y'all. Discover the untold story of one of the most important healers of our time in Abelardo Guerrero Jr.'s book titled My Journey with Dr. Sebi. Visit www.myjourneywithdrsebi.com to place your order and receive a free copy of the audiobook with over 4 hours of exclusive content.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, sending you lots of love and gratitude. Thank you so much for allowing me to continuously connect with you and your spirit team. Know that whether you're receiving guidance and confirmation with an angel oracle card session, or you're having your energy centers realigned with a chakra balancing session, or you're releasing trauma and pressure with a mental healing session, I am here to be of service to you. Visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, to see all my services and availability, and also visit my YouTube channel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, where I have hundreds of videos for you to follow through and learn more about your spiritual journey. Thank you so much for connecting with me, and until we connect again, one love.
We're back.
And we are back.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed that new commercial.
Yeah, new commercial we rolling out, you know what I'm saying, for December. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of plans and ideas coming. I've been waiting to get a little spoken word off, you know, just a few bars and things of that nature. So we thank you for your continued support.
Absolutely.
Here for what it is that we do.
So let's get some more stuff in, man.
Some stuffuses.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So the other day, it was announced that in Philadelphia, they're trying to have a ski mask ban. So
didn't they do this before?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I don't know about in Philly, but here's the thing. When this came out, there were a lot of, I saw straight down the line, there was people going, this is anti-black because y'all don't ban KKK masks and stuff like that. Didn't think about that. But then there's people going, again, truth, if you're in these neighborhoods, sometimes you go to these stores and you see these little niggas with the ski mask on, you just like, all right now. I got my son with me. I don't know what you about to do.
Yeah.
It's not that cold out here no more.
Yeah.
There's no COVID out here no more. Like, what are you doing with the ski mask still on? You get what I'm saying? So I saw a direct line down the middle regarding how people felt about it. Mm-hmm. But I do think there were a lot of people who are appreciative of it because it is getting out of hand.
Listen, if we don't become critical of our own communities, then we become food for our own communities. It's no need to be wearing those masks anymore. It's just no reason whatsoever. But if you are trying to avoid detection, could be from authorities. But I become the victim of that because I can't walk in my own neighborhood without feeling safe. Like you said, with my son and this and that, and you rob me, and then I see you in the bank with no mask on later on, and I can't recognize you. Or, so at some point, if we can't govern ourselves, we're going to feed and eat off ourselves. And that's where we are right now collectively as a community. And all these bikes and it's wild. Moped thefts,
especially in
people
New York.
riding mopeds,
Philly.
stealing your change, and so this is chaos wherever we are now. So I believe the mask needs to go, but watch this. What's in the news lately? What's happening in Ohio?
Oh, the children?
The white white pneumonia.
Oh, yes.
Coming, so a lot of times these stories be connected while they're throwing the word mask out there into the lexicon once again, because you may need to put the goddamn mask back on because white pneumonia, whatever hell, is now spreading from China to Ohio. Don't ask me the connection.
Yeah, so the Republicans are trying to stop, what's his name, Biden from traveling to China as a result of this new pneumonia.
Is he scheduled to travel there soon? Okay, so
Time Magazine, they put President Xi Jinping, Chinese president, and Putin up for Person of the Year, and somebody else.
Really?
I didn't know you could do that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because Hitler won Person of the Year 1 year.
He sure did.
He did. So I guess it's like a...
So Person of the Year may not be positive.
It's not positive. It's just kind of like...
It's just you, the person everybody focuses on. Yeah. And that's always weird, too, because what does that mean? War coming? Yeah. You know what I mean? What does that mean when you're the Person of the Year? It means I see you.
It was I don't know if you guys can correct me in the chat. He was somebody in the government, and he was talking about allowing immigrants to serve in the military recently.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Like today, I remember.
I think it was today. I think he was talking about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? So if that's the case, like that, I talked about how the idea of an invasion in this country would be weird, right? Like our government would be weird because these soldiers, they look like us, right? Whatever community you're from,
right?
You have somebody who served in the military. We have people who served in the military in our chat right now, right?
Right.
So the idea that the military would just inflict some kind of just wild massacre on its own citizens sounds wild, but if they have no ties to the land here, then all bets is off.
And then remember, this thing is done systematically. And what I mean by that is this. We saw these problem, reaction, solution.
Also, actually, before I forget, they just caught a bunch of Chinese nationals trying to cross the border as well.
Okay. So keep all of this stuff in mind. Problem, reaction, solution.
Yep.
There's a problem. They let all these immigrants, and people have said, not just us, these dudes look like military. It's like a lot of, and why are they putting them up in hotels over our homeless people? Kicking our homeless people out, putting them up in hotels. And now we're going to implement the final straw, which is allow them to join our military?
Yeah.
Dude, now we're being invaded from the inside.
Literally. And then
literally.
Our government and our politicians are calling for it.
Okay?
Think about how wild that is.
No, the whole thing is wild. You know what I mean? And so that's crazy stuff. And we're sitting back, knuckle dragging, worrying about
Diddy.
Yeah. And there are other things. This is what I mean. These things become major distractions. We give energy to them. But it's also important to keep one eye, you know what I'm saying? Look around, because it's never what you think it is. It's always a weird narrative of something else, and we get one side of the story, and then above that be the political aspect that had to take, and then above that be the spiritual aspect that take place, because our planet is going through some form of change. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going through a shift. I feel it.
Yeah. I just think on the the old guard, right? That's changing. Like entertainment used to be up here, like you couldn't touch.
Yes.
Our celebrities, and now y'all looking real regular.
It's like I mentioned in the Matrix of hip hop Decoded, when we are no longer connected celestially to the stars, we look at artificial stars. The Beyonce star, this star. These stars are starting to fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
Imagine you sitting there and stars are starting to fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
That means something. And our biggest stars that we thought would never be touched are beginning to fall. Jamie Foxx. Don't forget.
Will Smith, bro.
Will Smith. These dudes are happy right now because, you know.
Think about how that was Mr. Blockbuster right there.
That's my point.
And now, like, people looking at him like,
so if you're not reading the entire room, you're missing out.
Yeah.
It's all happening at once. These, you know what I'm saying? Even Harvey Weinstein, who sat over a specific region of Hollywood, they called him the monster, meaning how he got deals done and other the stuff that he did that was atrocious.
Yeah.
He had to take the fall. Unless you think he was a lone gunman. Who was this dude? Get that lone gunman? Lone gunman.
Nah, that was a reach. Your shoulders over there. That was a reach.
Lone gunman? He bodied a lot of people.
You better than that.
No, I'm not. I am not better than that.
You better than that.
I'm not better than that. Right?
Yeah.
So if you thought he was a lone gunman, he wasn't. He was a part of a larger.
And he took the fall.
He took the fall.
He was
Jeffrey Epstein.
Guilty.
Yes, took the fall.
Right.
Max, Ghislaine Max, what's her name?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell. She don't even know what she took the fall for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, this whole thing, if you just pay attention, it is collapsing. You know what I mean? And there are certain point men. Now, there are certain people who may be untouchable. Who go like, look, you better take your ass on out there because I ain't falling for that. But the rabbit hole and how this whole thing is weaved with trafficking, with bringing young girls in and turning them out.
Yo, and you know what's crazy?
The whole industry, you don't want to know these female celebrities you think are stars? Ouch.
And you know what's crazy? Like, so it's funny because, like, you've been my dad all my life, right?
I think so.
All my life. So you've told me a lot of these stories growing, and it seemed like they're isolated stories. Like, he's into that, she's into that, these person's into that, they do that. And now, you get older, you realize it's all one.
It's all one continuous
story. Like,
it's all one continuous story being told. And I was blessed to be a seer of sorts, to see through the veil of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I want to say this to young artists and older artists, too. You didn't make it in the industry. You wasn't supposed to make it in the industry. You actually were being protected. Now, later on in your life, you may realize, man, I'm so glad my ancestors put a cloak over me, because at the peak of me as an artist, I was 16 years old. I had my own crib. I was smoking, doing coke. I was out there. Had the industry got a hold of me then, no telling, how twisted I would be. Just keeping it because I was the perfect candidate. I'm a 16-year-old kid. My mom's is a substance abuse person. She won't miss me. They bring you in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a lot at the time in terms of wares and this and that. Who knows what would happen? So think about all the ones who did come in. And so when I didn't get to a photo shoot in time, and Zakia Records, 4th and Broadway, which later that year signed Rakim and Eric B. Eric B and Rakim. I was supposed to be on that label before them. We missed a photo shoot. Don't ask me how. And they said, man, forget them. You think that was a curse, and that might have been a blessing. If I tell you all the things that went through that wasn't supposed to, even touring with Tim Dog, getting an opportunity to see the behind the scenes of how this, just a snapshot, just enough to save my life. I came home and got to work, got to studying, and then I met a unique bunch of guardian angels, guardians of the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? With, Phil, Bobby, this one, that one, who sat me down. And the rest is, as we know, history. And so you sometimes don't realize the blessing of what you didn't get. A lot of times we focus on, man, I would have tore these dudes down as a rapper, but look at what they all going through. You know what I mean? So sometimes thank yourself, thank your ancestors for protecting you in situations that you didn't realize you were being protected. Now, I know a bunch of you goofies is going to take that, oh, you just didn't make it. And that's cool, too. Nigga, you just didn't make it. Nigga, you was washed, you just didn't make it. Well, if that's how you interpreted that, cool. I just didn't make it. Ooh, I'm sure glad I didn't. Take that. Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, I wanted to talk about this. So a while ago, I think a couple weeks ago, Lil Nas X, he put out a new like Christian song, and which in the video he was in like weave, dress, and heels and stuff like that. So everybody was mad, but I was just it was interesting to me because it was just like, oh, your 15 minutes is up. Like now you reaching for straws now. Like the outrage marketing, it doesn't work like it used to. You gay, no problem. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
You was the devil dancing on the do your nobody
thing.
cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
So your last shot is to make mockery of Christianity.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That'll score a few points with a few Satanists. You know what I mean? But so what? That's not going to get it done no more. The shock value of this is over.
And your light, whatever they drained you for.
Whatever it is, it's done.
It's gone.
Wasn't he sitting next to, who was sitting next to, they had matching socks on? One of them niggas from Griselda.
Was it Benny?
Was him and Benny sitting there with the matching socks on at the Paris thing? Anywho.
It was one of them.
One of them niggas.
It might have been Push. Was it Push?
I think it was Push. I'm sorry.
Push?
Sorry, Griselda.
Jeez.
Sorry, Benny the Butcher.
Jeez. It was Push.
It was Push.
Damn.
It was Push. His name is Push.
Pusher. Pusher.
I'm a pusher. I'm a pusher.
Pushing dope.
I got a push for you, nigga. You want to get pushed?
Just pushing dope.
It's not a problem, nigga. I can do some pushing, nigga. Yeah. Anywho, thank you for Corey Robinson. Thank you for the
super chat.
The Cash App.
Oh, speaking of Cash App. You were telling me about Cash App's new studios.
It's called Cash App Studios, in which they are going to start funding independent artists.
That's dope.
Right? And so it's a system in place. I think I'll just read a smidget of it to kind of
that's really cool.
Bring people up to speed in case they might not know. What is Cash App Studios? Cash App Studios is a service built in to invest in projects. The program is designed for all indie creators, including artists, musicians, directors, and designers. Rather than lending out money like a royalty, Cash App gives the money out like a grant. That means that the artists won't have to worry about paying back the amount they receive. The program is not here to replace labels, but instead is giving the option to empower do-it-yourself artists to make their own choices when the time is right.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? And so, so when you have a project, and everybody's got Cash App, to fund my project, hit Cash App Studios, find my name. I don't know how they're going to do it. And then now, because what you're going to start noticing is all the streaming shit is dead too.
Yes.
I don't know what we were thinking for the last 10 years.
Yes.
That we fell for that. But now artists are going, you know what? I'd rather sell 10,000 copies of my, merch than to have 300,000 streams with nobody purchasing my music and treating my music like,
And the fact that the music industry still props up these numbers.
Yes.
I think that shows the game right there.
And we've seen them streaming farms.
Yeah. Like that shows the game right there. Like you should be trying to cultivate like a real audience that follows you, buys your music, that'll come show out to your shows, buy some merch and stuff like that.
So it's going back to that where artists are going, I'm taking a beating with this 3 cents per 100,000 goddamn clicks and stuff like that. And so we want to get back. I'm going to purchase Griff's album this week. I'm going to purchase Cambada and Rich's album when it drops.
Yo, I remember. I think it had to be Holy Ghost 1 or 2. It's probably the first one. And Rich was talking they had the flash drive. You buy the music and stuff like that. And all of them subscribers, and he told us the first couple weeks.
Yes.
I was so upset.
I was so upset on how many followers he had that didn't just purchase the album.
It's because we got so conditioned with just give us the music. I don't care.
Streaming, I'll get it on the streaming service.
I was very disappointed.
And for independent artists, it matters.
Yeah.
And so yes, I will purchase from now on the ones I really, really like because it does matter.
Yeah.
It really does. Yep.
And I remember one time, I think we had interviewed Rich and Cambada on the channel like years ago, and somebody was in the chat like, "Yo, just give it away, like the universe will give you the money back or something like that." I was just like,
do you know how much work goes into recording an album or writing a book? Knowledge is free. Why you niggas know? Well, my book ain't free.
Right.
I had to get this book printed, edited, covers done, proofread, this, that, shipped in. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And so, no, we're not giving that kind of stuff away for free. If you want to think knowledge is free, it is. Go pursue it. That is a personal pursuit. But anything that I package up and then make an investment in, come on, bro. Yep. So, and I believe the Holy Ghost 3 drops next week. I believe. Nice. Don't quote me, but I believe it does. And so these things will be done.
Nice.
Yes.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So apparently, Joe Biden, he was very adamant, like during his run, and now up until now, that he has not received any money, any inappropriate funds from any of Hunter Biden's dealings in China. Come to find out, that is a lie. He was getting monthly checks from Hunter Biden's business, who was then getting monthly checks from China.
So bing. And now. But everybody knows this, Malcolm.
Yes.
But the cognitive dissonance of who Biden is, you're willing, this is what we spoke about at the beginning of the show, you're willing to put everything aside along with the person you rock with, you know what I mean? Because you like them.
Yeah.
Not that they're bringing truth, not that they're about justice, not that they're standing on their square with integrity, but you like them.
Yeah.
So Democrats are saying, we don't care what comes out about this man.
Yeah.
You know, ask that 6-year-old girl, is she 17?
Oh, yeah.
Last week?
Yeah.
And we don't stop the presses and go, what the hell? Right?
Yeah.
Among other things. And so, it's all bad. It's all bad, but we know what it is. You know what I mean? And we choose to look the other way collectively as a people because Trump would be worse. And this and that, and all that politics stuff is above your spiritual pay grade now. Most of you who should already know. Those of you who caught in it, run for it. It is above my pay grade to even involve myself in those matters. Doesn't mean I can't, there isn't a cause and effect of things. So I'll be affected by gas prices or this and that, but it's not going to affect us on the planet and what we're here to do and how long we've been here and what our purpose is in any shape, form, or fashion.
Absolutely.
Please.
So people really hate low gas prices. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good times, man.
Good times.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
This has nothing to do with anything really, really serious, but a lot of people were mad at the college football playoff selection committee because Florida State got the bump. Forget Florida State, but for Alabama.
But Florida State's quarterback got hurt.
Yes.
And this is about ratings.
Yes.
They trying to get the they was hoping Dion would get 8 wins.
Yeah, so he can get a bowl game.
So he can get a bowl game, a crispy chip bowl or some old peanut butter bowl or whatever the hell. Because he doing pizza, peanut butter, life insurance. That nigga selling everything now. Right? They was hoping he got about 8 wins, but they would look crazy if he got a bowl game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is all.
It's just numbers.
It's just numbers. It's just a numbers game.
I think the committee got it right. Only thing is, I just think like the college football players should be 6 teams, at least 8.
Yes, I think at least 8 teams because of how good a lot of these teams are. And then it would really be competitive because you got to win 3 games.
And here's the thing, too. The division between conferences is too wide.
Yes.
Like the skill level. Like SEC is just way up here between everything else.
Yes.
That's why the national championship last year with
TCU and it was
Georgia,
disgusting.
it was bad.
Side note, Kendrick, send me your son's name. I want to shout him out for his birthday. He told me his birthday was today, so I didn't forget.
Oh, Miami's going to be in the Bronx at the Pinstripe Bowl at the Yankee Stadium.
Oh, whoa, hold up. Miami?
University of Miami. They get in the Pinstripe Bowl.
Oh, at Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium, I have to check that.
When is that?
I think the 28th.
Of this month?
Yeah.
You might have to get a ticket.
I might have to check that.
Yeah.
They're going against Rutgers.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of, I think the college transfer portal opened up. That's a lot of good
I'm
players.
hearing my nephew.
Skylar announced.
He's going through the
transfer portal.
He's going through the portal.
It's about to be a bloodbath in there, man.
Yeah,
A lot of players going through the transfer portal.
Yeah.
A lot of players.
And see, to me, this further confuses college.
Kennedy Knights. Boo.
College, the Kennedy Knights. I know you didn't just say that.
Boo. Ugh.
So this portal is just, it's a bunch of players in there, and you get to pick and choose what you want.
Yeah.
And that's why it's all lopsided now, even more so.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Even Deion said, he said high school players, like, oh, why would I take a chance on a high school player when I know this college player has film, he's adjusted to college level ball.
Absolutely. He knows the college life.
I might as well
and
just
so
give
the
him.
ones who suffer are high school players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we'll see how that works out. Side note, Deion and his wife,
they separated. She entered the transfer portal.
She entered the transfer portal. You know? After 11 years, she entered the transfer portal, so she's out.
Yeah.
We all want who to go? Skylar.
Oh, Scott, I don't know, man.
Because they doing my little grit. I was about to come up there with the crew, man. Like, yo, what's going on up here? Give me some options. I'll tell you, because there's a lot of good schools out here. A lot of good schools out here. And he deserved better. But when they transfer over a new system, because you get caught in the system.
Hold on. Nikki the Creator. I went to school with Nikki. Like Fly Girls. I went to college with Nikki the Creator.
What are they saying now about
She said, me and Nikki the Creator, only black girls are running the spiritual algorithm. Nah, I went to college with her. Like me and Nicolette. Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually very interesting. That's actually very dope. Okay.
His girlfriend broke off the engagement. Okay. So what happened with Skylar? A new system coming, new coaches. You start back up, you get lost in the sauce, man. They got their people, and so I think him getting in the transfer portal is the best thing that he could possibly do.
We're gonna take another commercial break.
Okay.
Don't touch that dial. Get your questions ready as well. We have some more stories. We want to answer your questions as we always do.
As we always do.
We'll be right back.
All right. He's telling him to go to the ACC. Oh.
What's good, fam? It's Malcolm here. And if you ever thought about starting a business, or if you have a business and you want to be able to, make more sales, build an audience and things like that, if you don't know, I have a suite of courses, 5 courses on YouTubing, podcasting, book writing, and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm making them available for absolutely free. Go take them, use what you can use to apply to your business. And if you need actual direct one-on-one help, then we can, talk as well. But all you have to do is go to blackfamilybiz.com, blackfamilybiz.com, and they are available to you. All you need is an email, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.
Yo, Artie, can I holler at you for a minute?
Oh, shit.
Pop's tripping. He want me to ask you for the money for that shirt. You know I wouldn't even trip.
What shirt?
The one I sold you. The one I've been asking you about. The one you got on.
Oh, this shirt. I didn't know you wanted the money, homie. I thought it was free. Let me go get the money for you.
I mean, because it's this blog. Me and my dad do Urban X and West. It's kind of like both ours. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
Oh, shit!
My Urban X shirt, punk.
We're back.
And we're back.
Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. We had to, throw one of our classic skits up there.
Yep. We got 1,700 people here. Can we get 1,000 likes?
Please hit the like button. We'd appreciate it.
Please do that for us.
And shouts out to everybody who's trying to snitch on me in the chat.
Oh, they trying to blow you up.
They didn't go to the same school we all did.
Yeah, they all went to the same school. They did.
Jesus Christ.
That is their crew.
Jesus. Everybody watching this. Goodness, snitches. But again, if you want free business courses, visit blackfamilybiz.com. It's free.
Absolutely free.
Go check
Black
it out.
Family Biz. And I came up with a new term.
What?
Partrepreneur.
We're about to get shirts made.
Right? Partrepreneur. Hustle, but keep your day job.
We're about to get shirts made.
Right? Because some people are entrepreneurs. They can go all day 110% with no kind of, and then some people are partrepreneurs. I like it. Yeah.
We're gonna get some
First
shirts made.
time being here, Anthony Johnston, thank you so much. We hope you are enjoying yourself. Don't take this too serious, because, but enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, we spoke about the Book of Clarence movie.
Oh yeah, we did.
It looks interesting. I want to see it.
Yeah.
It looks interesting.
I think it's produced by Jay-Z is an executive producer on that. A few other people. It does look like it has some funny moments in it.
New Godzilla movie's coming out. Godzilla vs. King Kong. And King Kong. A lot dealing with the Hollow Earth.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot dealing with the Hollow Earth.
Okay, the giants from the Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks really interesting.
Okay.
Me and Eli gonna talk about it on Nerd Talk. They leaked the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. It's supposed to come out tomorrow. It came out. Somebody leaked it, so it came out today. Me and Eli gonna watch it for the first time tomorrow. Give you our reaction video along with Nerd Talk. We are, expanding.
Yeah. I like
the
that.
Nerd Talk,
I like that.
you know what I'm
Now,
saying?
let's speak of Grand Theft Auto for a minute. How significant is that game in the landscape of young people, because it had a great influence on.
So you gotta think, Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2, it was its own thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was an area view, you couldn't really see anything happening. Grand Theft Auto 3, that came out in I think 2001.
Okay.
Right? That was the first 3D era. You're seeing people get pulled out of cars, you can free roam, do everything. So that kind of so think from 2001 to now, Grand Theft Auto has kind of raised.
So is this 4 coming out?
This is 6.
This is 6. Okay.
This is 6 coming out.
And when was the last time one of them came out?
10 years ago.
Okay, so the graphics in this one is probably going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And it's $150.
That's the rumor. I would pay it anyway because I've been waiting 10 years for it. But
Okay. So what do you think about the psyche of that? Movies,
so I think
video games.
Movies,
because let me not interrupt you, because people be on my case.
They mad at you.
They mad, but I'm going to interrupt you because I want to finish this point. The video game industry makes more money than the music and movie industry combined. Go.
So I think it 100% desensitized us. I will see some stuff, and these video games are so graphic. Mortal Kombat, they're so graphic that I feel like I've seen that before, and that's a real person who just lost their life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're just watching it, and it becomes nothing. So, I even think that the younger generations, even younger than me, that were raised on the internet. I was raised. I went outside with my friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I have some people in my generation who are out there too. But I feel like now there was these two young dudes in Vegas who ran over that guy who was bike riding and killed him.
Yes.
And it was just kind of nothing to them.
Right.
They got in court, showed no remorse to that as well. So you see, the Grand Theft Auto, it raised a generation of sociopaths. Man.
Yes. That's the answer I was looking for.
Raises a generation
That's
of
the
sociopaths.
answer I was looking for.
Just
in conjunction, and now when somebody mentioned in the chat just now that it is going to be a video game that also has some social media influence or an interaction. Now when you combine social media with that kind of game in a virtual reality set, dude, this thing could... this thing could go to another level.
I'm sure.
Broderick Enoch, thank you so much for the cash out.
The reason why GTA 6 is taking so long, it's taking 10 years, because they introduced online. And they were making $5 billion just from on people just buying stuff online. So it was no rush to make a new one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So people were able to like create different mods to have in the game. Like people were doing some really wild stuff in that game. You know what I mean?
And so as an activist, how do you combat when these kids want these games? These kids want this music. These kids want this violent social media clips. And so, yeah, if you are a beam of light who's standing on something, you can get drowned in this chaos.
Guys, like,
that's why I have retired.
The fight for righteousness, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to dub, the fight for whatever, it is a lonely fight. And I've explained that many, many times.
Yes.
It is a lonely battle because you are, like when you say, you sound weird to people, right?
Yes. Even though you spitting truth.
You sound weird.
You sound like a weirdo.
You sound weirdo, right? And you're going to have people who, they care about money above anything else.
Poverty is their religion. When you talking to dudes about something that's feeding them, they don't care how corrupt it is. You know how many times me, Griff, a few other ones been coming out talking about this hip hop thing is no good, and they look at you like you crazy? No, you ain't no good.
Yeah.
Nigga, what do you mean hip hop ain't no good?
Yeah.
Look at his feet. The drug dealers, how many times I done winning on your favorite rapper / drug dealer, and you bombard me? Like I'm crazy, and I'm like, this dude he just told you he sold drugs to your community, and so when you're facing that kind of opposition, you know that this world is, my Lord. So I just retired. I'm the artist formerly known as. I'm like, don't ask me none of that. I get calls for interviews. Yo, Don, you come on my platform and talk about what? I talked about that 20 years ago. I'm tired of answering the same questions over and over and over. So I sit here with my son and, wild out.
Absolutely.
Have a good time.
Somebody said it's not lonely, it's poverty. Yo, because I remember, so when we were talking about Kaepernick years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And people were saying like, oh, well, he need to get his job back and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, if you're willing to take that stand against a conglomerate like the NFL and the police, you got to be willing to go.
All the way,
right?
All the way.
It's lonely.
Yeah.
Right? If you're willing to take a stance like that and really, but no, you wanted a Nike deal. You didn't want to really play in the NFL. You just wanted endorsements and to get Netflix documentaries made about you, and that's what you wanted.
Side note, in this documentary, which we put the link in the chat with the African guy, right?
Yes.
He said they have books on individuals that go back 10 generations.
Wow.
Like if they target you and you are a high vibrational spiritual person, I'm going to talk about it in the after show more in detail. He said they go back 10 generations. They know who you are. I said that in Hip Hop Decoded, where some of these individuals with the fanatical wordplay or the ability to walk on air, while you might not even know who your damn father was, they know. They do the astrology, the numerology, the genealogy, and they go back generations because they need to know who you were then so they can know who you are now.
I'm going to put it back in the chat.
Put it back in the chat again.
What's his name?
His name is James Kawalia.
I'm reposting the link for you guys now.
Okay?
There it is.
And it's very interesting stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Did you guys hear Sexy Red say she sold her soul?
Yeah.
What do we think?
I think she's starting to get her Charleston White on. You see what I'm saying? Let me just say funny stuff that makes you... But remember, when you tell the truth in this realm... You told the truth.
Yeah.
So you didn't deceive the people.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's a very weird thing. I told you the truth. I put it in the movies. I came on, I gave a Freudian slip. Like that female lady who I forget, somebody might have seen a YouTube clip, and she was talking about how they stay in power and this, and we eat babies, and we do this and that. She just kept on talking.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
And that's a Freudian slip.
Yeah.
But it's the truth. Jay-Z wearing a t-shirt that says, "Do as thou wilt," from Aleister Crowley. Yeah, I'm mocking y'all. I'm being funny because y'all call me Illuminati Hove, but he told the truth. And then years later, he's with the Spirit Cookers, among other things. So the truth of everything you want to know is right there. It's right there. But we just kind of dismiss it because we don't really want to.
Yeah.
But that's how this universe
works. She was at the Balenciaga show. Remember, it wasn't an uproar a few months ago about Balenciaga and their ties to the kids. And remember that? Nobody remembers that.
Nobody wants to remember that.
No, your favorite rappers did.
And so she's spoken about them parties. She said, I just came from a party, and that's not a lie.
No.
Those parties are weird. Ask Diddy. Right?
Yeah.
Did he do it?
Yeah.
Won't he do it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, so it's a double entendre in there. Let me make mockery of it, but let me also say, I sold my soul. Kanye said what? I sold my soul for a Happy Meal.
Yeah, he did.
It's a crappy deal.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada bang.
Did you guys hear about Kamorley's house going on fire?
I'm glad her and the family are okay. You know, something about the chimney.
Well, if you don't you have to clean out the chimney or it'll catch on fire. That does happen.
Yeah. I'm not saying it don't.
That does
You're looking at me because you want me to pull my shoulder out.
No. I'm trying to.
You're trying to make a connection between Kamora Lee and Kim Porter.
No, I'm not.
And Erica Kennedy, and all being connected to Russell Simmons, who gave birth and booted P. Diddy. And you're trying to say Kamora Lee is the final link to all of that information, right? That could link this back to Clive Davis, Russell Simmons, allegedly, Diddy, all of these dudes. She has the final say, and her house catches on fire. I'm not going to say that, Malcolm, because I don't have enough evidence. I am a man of integrity.
Okay, this is my thing. This is my thing. Wouldn't that be too obvious?
Wouldn't it? Obvious, but also, smoke up your chimney. What's the metaphor?
That's too obvious. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, I get it. That's why I just said I hope her and everybody's okay. But that's the way that stuff happens. Diddy congratulating Cassie.
That was odd.
That was odd, but it wasn't odd. It was like, I want to thank Cassie.
Yeah, he looked into the camera.
That was. You know what I mean? That's his bodyguard still ain't showed up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying something happened to him. Mark Curry, who wrote for Diddy for years, he said recently, if something happened to me, Diddy did it.
Did he do it?
Did he do it? Diddy did it. Right? So I'm just saying. Them three chicks together, they were all in her wedding.
Oh, okay.
Erica Kennedy, who wrote the book Bling, which was an imaginary story about some of the stuff. Kim Porter, who they said has got allegedly photos of what happened to Whitney Houston. And they're gross. She was really beat up, right? And they said originally her book she was going to write was going to have all the names in it. She was just firing off, when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do.
Okay.
Do about it, right? And so on the chessboard, Erica Kennedy, she was murdered, but there are no details of her death. Right? The coroner who did the autopsy for Kim Porter, he died. Kim Porter, dead. Only one standing is Kamora, who we know got with Russell Simmons at a very early age.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
It's true.
Side note, to make this more lighter conversation, Ashanti's having a baby. Nelly.
Nice. Spun the block. He said, I'm getting you pregnant.
Yeah, oh yeah, we got back together, girl. I'm locking it down.
That's nice.
I wonder how Irv Gotti feels about that, huh?
He's hurt. He's hurt. He's punching the wall right now. He's doing the Trey from Boys in the Hood, yeah. Yeah.
So congratulations to Ashanti. Yeah.
Let's take some questions.
Let's take some questions,
you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the show.
I hope so.
Just so you know, your Congress is trying to send another $61 billion to Ukraine.
Yes, send that money to Ukraine.
And they're saying that whoever doesn't vote for this is essentially voting for Putin to win. The same logic that they give to you every election season. If you don't vote for us, you're voting for him.
Yes.
Even though you might not agree with either one of them.
If you didn't vote for us looking for weapons of mass destruction, then what are you saying?
Yeah.
Man? There was obviously weapons of mass destruction that nobody found. Yeah.
Coach Wayne said, was Jimmy Carter the only president that seemed genuine? Jimmy Carter was a terrible president. Like, his record is horrible.
As a president,
yes.
Yeah. JFK, ain't nobody touching JFK.
Yeah, probably.
JFK was bout it.
Yeah, until the mob touched him.
And until the mob, the CIA,
his driver,
the Holy Church, the Rome. This nigga had niggas out. Everybody was out after him. Yeah, because he was against that grain.
Even though I did some reading on JFK, he was a horrible guy.
Yes.
Well, a horrible husband.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
He thought the world was going to end during the Cuban Missile Crisis. He thought it was nuclear warfare. It was over.
So he decided to double down.
He flew some hoes in. Like, that's literally what he did.
Yeah, flew some hoes in and said, listen.
Told his wife to go somewhere else, and then he had like chronic back problems to where he couldn't do nothing, and he himself said he didn't even enjoy it, but he just needed to get it off.
Hey,
that was different.
That's gangster.
That was different. He
fly these hoes in. The world ending. Fly some hoes in. Shit. Let's get this party started. Then what's her name? Happy.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe.
Day. Him and his brother was tag you and take her home tonight. Yo, wear her out, nigga. She like this. And then you tag her. Yeah. I'm the president.
Yeah.
It's good to be the king. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
So Black Zionists, I saw that report of Zelensky buying yachts. The first report I saw, it got flagged as misinformation. I'm pretty sure he did, but not that report I saw.
What's that again?
Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, that said he bought yachts. I'm not sure about that.
I'm not really sure about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juicy Smoulier is...
He's about to go back to jail. His appeal for contempt in court got denied, so he might go to jail.
He might do a little Yale time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who else? Let's take some more questions.
That was the secret meeting... let me go back down to that. Was the secret meeting real now that we know hip-hop is possibly a psyop? When that guy contacted me, I had to take it at face value that it was real. Because he contacted me, and he gave me the whole scenario laid out, but he wouldn't give me no names. And you know how the conscious community was, especially like in the late 90s and 2000s, whenever he contacted me, I forget when it was. And so I couldn't go up there and be like the powers that be. I couldn't be up there like, allegedly. You know what I mean? We didn't play that game. And so I spoke about it, but I didn't get into great details. But it seemed like everything he said came to pass. So it's sort of like the Willie Lynch letter. You know what I'm saying? Which over the years they say has been proven to be false. But yet all the actions that came from the letter were true.
Yeah.
And so whether the secret meeting was true or not, if you're asking me personally, I believe it was. Because you see the shift in the prison systems. You saw a quick turn in the music, the violence, the drugs, the sex, the endorsements by corporations, St. Ides, and all of these companies none of this stuff was... all of this stuff was to our detriment, and they paid a few people off. Remember, the money they have is unlimited. So when they started giving rappers big checks to carry out an agenda, that is a part of a psyop. You are an asset or an agent of our destruction. So you saw all of the conscious, positive rappers dissipated. There was no platform for them. And tell me I'm lying. This thing went from 0 to 100, and because extra money was being flown in the hood, we disregarded all principality, all integrity, all morals. Everything went out the window when your ribs ain't touching no more. And so it's a weird game that they play, and they know how to play the game very, very well. And so, I do believe, Dot, how does it feel to know you were right about the hip-hop industry? I wasn't the only one right about it, but I stood on that because I felt by me getting a snapshot to see what it was and then being able to sit down with the elders, I feel I was commissioned to a certain degree to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not going to pat myself on the back because there's still a lot of work to do. It was a collective of us who took on an assignment to go, yo, something has to change here, because we could just literally see it. And I could literally say, how are we, and don't get me wrong, I was in the club, bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks. You know what I'm saying? Superman, that hoe. That was another era.
Don't tell me you was in there doing
Superman, that hoe. Superman, but you start doing all them little dances. Sometimes you just be in the car like Superman. I don't even know what the hell I be talking about. You heard me last week, make her sweat. They ain't tired. Malcolm was like, nigga, you know what you singing? No. So sometimes you just be in the whip. I'm like, Superman, that hoe. So, and then you start repetitively saying these things, and they become our reality. You know what I mean? So the universe they put it there. What we do with it will determine whether it's going to go left or right. We accepted it. We accepted all of these artists as our heroes when we no longer were accepting Malcolm X and Huey Newton and Dr. King and all the ones who at least were buttoned up and had like agendas to move us forward. We started partying, bro. We just celebrated 50 years of mediocrity in the grand scheme of things. No disrespect. We turn our heroes are rappers and athletes and actors. These are the people that we deem as heroes, and they are the scum of the earth. Not every single one of them, of course, but the majority of them. They don't give a shit about you. They the scum of the earth. And some of the stuff they did, we'll talk about in the after show. I don't have to tell you, you already know. It's embarrassing, right? So that's where I am with it. So I can't continue that fight. I'm not going to keep swimming uphill against that. I spoke my piece. I put it in a couple of books. I got 50 DVDs out or lectures I've done around the world speaking the same story wherever I go. This hip-hop shit is dangerous, or what they're calling hip-hop is dangerous. However, there is a spiritual component, a metaphysical component, a cult component to this, that if we tap into it with the right heart and mindset, our ancestors never leave us alone without all the tools that we need. And the whole urban alchemy thing came about by dumping a people who should be connected to nature in earth, connected to trees and apples and sunlight, into an artificial environment like a city, and watch us, the chosen people, work. And then we created all that you see, but sitting right above us, making sure they kept a blanket over us, were those who understood occultly who we were and why they had to contain it and leave us within a certain dynamic, and then feed us the corrupt aspect of it, so that we become corrupt and vile in what it is that we present and do.
All right. We spoke on D1 and we spoke on D1. His comments to Jim Jones.
And now Joe Budden came at him a little bit, right?
So Joe, I think Joe just took the wrong stance on this. I just think he just took the wrong position on it, because he's saying he's clout chasing. You don't need to say names and stuff like that. And I think that was just kind of ass backwards. He says names all the time about stuff that he feels passionate about.
We
right?
all do.
Right.
We all do.
Right. So he did that. He knew that his message would get out there a little bit more if he is talking about somebody, you know, more popular. I'm talking about D1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Joe, he took the wrong stance because now he's saying, you talking about the wrong one, somebody gonna hurt you for that.
Yes.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was a dog whistle.
Yeah, it was just like
that was kind of like actually asking somebody to come for this dude.
Yeah,
and let him deal with his own consequences because obviously he will run into them somewhere and have to stand on what it is he feels
you get what I'm saying?
that he said.
I just thought it was odd.
It was odd. It was odd for him to come at that dude because, you know, again, this guy D1 is swimming upstream now.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
He's talking about everything that he ain't lied yet.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
But nobody cares because he's not popular and they don't know him.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear that part. Fuck you trying to kick knowledge?
Yeah.
Shit is garbage.
Shit is garbage, yeah.
Shit is garbage.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, that's where we're at with that.
Somebody asked me about DUNS number. It's good if you want business credit. You need a DUNS number if you...
Yes. To establish...
I am not the business credit expert, so don't listen to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can do your own research with that. Who else? I saw another question. Okay, I saw DMC on a Drink Champs, but I saw the clip. I saw one clip. I didn't want, because Drink Champs...
DMC, from Run DMC. Okay.
He was on Drink Champs. And remember what I said? Every time one of these old school rappers bring up Biggie and Tupac, it's another story.
Oh, he gave a Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah, him and Run was supposed to be in the car with them the day he got killed. And I'm just like, dog. Dog.
Well, you never know. This is Run DMC,
bro. Come on.
This is Run DMC, bro. They the most iconic group ever.
Everybody has a new story. I was with him when he recorded Hit 'Em Up. I was with him when he heard Hit 'Em Up. It's just like, come on, bro.
Somebody asked me, what do I feel about hermetics? It's our science. The Kabbalion is dealing with hermetics. I study someone named John Baines. He has a couple of good books out on just hermetic principles, the science of love, the secret science, a stellar man. Mm-hmm. All hermetic principles dealing with universal law and what no one can really teach you. You just innately understand and know. You know what I mean? So yes. All our science.
Fat Joe admitting 95% of his raps are fake. I just think he's just trying to. I think all them rappers are trying to clean up.
That's all that is.
They're just trying
Shout
to get
out to my man Adika Butler who kind of just he put up a piece on social media saying, dude, y'all missing the point.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a business move by Fat Joe now to distance himself from all because. Look at what it got. Look at the trouble it's getting Diddy in.
Yeah.
So corporations everyone want to be moral and have integrity, and we want to make sure that if we get in bed with you and do business, we're not gonna get Diddied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he's trying to say the crack of his ass is why they called him Joey Crack.
Yeah.
And we know that it was. Yeah. And that 95% of his raps are phony. It's just entertainment.
And now you don't need to be real as a rapper, right? You can just say he made all his money from rap anyway. You get what I mean? Like, so he don't need to continue on the game anymore. So he can say.
So now he's trying to position himself into movies.
Yeah.
He's trying to get into rooms where real money is being made, and so he's trying to denounce a specific way of life.
That's it.
It's all a chess move. That's all it is.
That is it. Yeah.
Niggas who know that nigga from the hood are like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all it is. I saw another good question that we got to get to.
What are the hardest foods to cut out when dieting? It's all depending what your go-to joint is. For me, it was soft peppermints, Red Bulls, and donuts.
Did you see the video?
And I got rid of all of them. Yeah.
Dion in a dress? I don't think I did.
Yeah, I showed you the video of Dion in a dress.
You did show me that. Yes, you did. Michael B. Jordan crashed his new Ferrari and parked. Yes, I saw that.
Heard about that.
I did hear about that as well. Don't know what that's about. But,
yeah, sugar, because sugar's in everything.
Everything,
absolutely.
bro. And you really, you really, it's like how addicted to it you are. Like, when you're trying to cut it out. It's just like, God
He wore that
damn.
dress 10 years ago. Yeah, I mean, don't mean he didn't wear it.
Oh, okay. I wanted to talk about this. So there's a lake in California that is sitting on enough lithium power to power 375 million electric vehicles.
Okay. What's down there? Is a spaceship or something down there?
I have no clue.
Was some kind of meteorite down there? Why is there so much lithium power down
They
there?
say it's like worth like $500 billion.
And it's sitting where?
In California, on top, under a lake.
Under a lake.
Yeah.
Which means there's a world down there, probably. Maybe that lithium is powering that world.
Vibranium,
like vibranium.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Something to think about. When they start excavating
the Salton Sea.
Right? The Salton Sea?
Yeah.
Okay, when they start excavating our past and you start seeing where we are, what's in the Grand Canyon and all over these places will blow your mind. We have no clue. So I would not be surprised.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors, that trial started, I believe.
Which trial? Oh, yeah, it
Jonathan
did.
Majors
It did.
trial.
It did. The opening arguments, I believe, taking place in the Jonathan. Erykah Badu took a pit with Marina, the spirit cooker. I'm hurt because that's my favorite female artist. Okay. Well, again,
Maria Abramovich.
don't allow what she's doing personally to affect your music. If this is what I mean, separate that. The music is you. Artists are vessels from which music comes through. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You could screw the human experience up very bad.
Yeah.
Does not mean in Hip Hop Decoded, I did a whole piece on R. Kelly that pissed people off. I said he did that shit. He, the physical man, is going to jail. Does not mean he was not a vessel in which so much music came through that changed the world. But this double thing we live in, trying to understand this physical process. Now, some of us try to master both. We try to understand, while we're walking here on earth to do the best we can. But if they get to you early, and he got too early, right? And they get to you early, and then they open you up to something else. Now, all bets is off.
Yeah.
So, Erykah Badu's music, her spirit stands there, but she moving in circles me and you don't know nothing about.
It's true.
And she in parties where maybe that lady came up to her, hey, Erykah, I love your music. Or, you never really know.
It's true.
That's why I stay out of them places.
And with that being said, guys.
With that being said.
We have an after show.
Yes.
If you want to join the after show, become a member. UrbanX.NYC.
Yes, I'm going to make a huge announcement about membership.
Oh, okay.
Coming up soon.
Okay, cool.
Okay, very soon.
We're not ready yet. Don't do it now.
No, we're not ready yet.
Not ready yet. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you. And we will see you guys on Thursday.
Yep.
Peace.
Yep. Peace.